It will be an interesting session. It is coordinated or it is organized because there is a very interesting show happening at the front gallery. Many may have seen LOC as a conference. It's a very nice, interesting book show, but the display is very interesting. And we have been in the conversation for the last more than half week. And Manjunath has agreed to come here. Thank you for that and share his artworks with you. We have foundation students who have yesterday they joined. Okay. So for them I will give a small brief introduction what Artist Meet is all about for the newcomers who have joined yesterday. Artist Meet, as I told you in the classroom, we invite artists who are at our premises, coming from different variety, regional practices and international national platforms. They come here and they share their journey, the struggles that they have gone through, the work that they have done over the years. That will be shown in a nutshell. I may not say, or I cannot say that they will be explaining each and everything in detail. Whoever is interested to have further conversation, they must speak to them, take a phone call if it is, or a phone number if it is okay to have an extended conversation. Visit their studios also. Those who are, I can see new faces, those who are new to Bangalore School of Visual Art, I'll just give a brief introduction to all of you. If you know already, please excuse. It's the evening college of CKP. We are a small family of around 110, 115 students. We function in the evening time. We claim or we proclaim that it's a first ever evening college which offers a degree program on the BCU. We provide both UG and PG program. And it's a small team of young practitioners, academicians who come together and pursue artistic practice. Now over to Manjunath, please.
Before Manjunath can throw you with his journey, I would like to introduce the artist book collective that has put up this show that is in the gallery 1 and 2. That is called On the Same Page. We are a small collective of book artists. We have been getting together, and this is our third show. The first one was in Guwahati, the second one was in Gurgaon, and this is the third show where we have showcased 19 artists' books. And all of you are welcome to take time. You may not be able to see the entire show for like in one go. Maybe you can revisit it and read all the artist statements and understand how the books were made and what are the conflicts that each of them have addressed in all of these books. So all of you are welcome multiple times to take advantage of the various artists from all corners of India. There's an artist from Tripura to an artist in Kerala. So there have been multiple communities of artists who have been working on these. So we are trying to identify book artists from all over India and try to make a collective which will showcase only book art. So this is a very different kind of genre which you will understand once you come there and have a look at the works. And On the Same Page also does these MIC OTSP events wherein we ask one of our artists to speak about their book art journeys as well. So Manjunath will be partially sharing his journey as an artist, and also now as he is into book art for the recent times, so he'll also give you a bit about his book art journey. And we also have released a magazine called Lines on book art. So this was done day before yesterday in our inaugural. So we will be shortly sharing the QR code for download. It's a downloadable online magazine. So we will be giving it to Vidhu sir, and then from there you can download and read it, and any feedback on it is welcome. And all of you can take advantage of his presence and get influenced in your journeys. And thank you, Vidhu sir. I'll just make a dash into the gallery because there's nobody there. Sure. But I'll come back and have a good time. Thanks. I'm Sharmila after that.
Good evening. My name is Manjunath. So I completed my master's degree in 2001 from Lalita Kala Akademi and a master's in 2006 in Bangalore. So I will share some of my practice works since my college days, few of from the college days, and from my total art journey. And I started my artist book practice from last year. So I done some of the artworks in the artist books. First I am sharing my works of my art practice. Then we can go to it. I came from the studied in Tumkur. We went to some, we are doing practicing the landscapes on the spot paintings. I shared a few of the images. These are all fully peeled works. Just selected few of these ones, but I don't have other life study and portraits. Those are in the hard copies. I don't have the soft copies, so I will share with you. So, few of the works of my this is in the final year as painting. So on the time I used to use some symbolic images like fish as confusion, like the dual. There is no constant. So on that case I using that as a symbolic and cues of the youngsters. So on that mind, so I using those. Even though sometimes were very curious about some habits also. So I express those in my college days. These are I came to my masters, so I used to abstract. And also I is influenced by the Mark Rothko. So these are all 2 by 3 feet canvas, atypical canvas. These are 4 by 6. I used to nature forms into the abstractions. And even though some works are like look like the landscapes also. This is a little bigger one. This is my last master's degree work. I almost 6 or 7 works I did in the last semester. This is about 6 by 8 feet of. Please come. I think audible. This is my old Bangalore campus where I displayed my last display. These are all the, you can see the scale of the artworks. I completed in 2006 after my masters. In 2007, in between the journey, what happens? So we made a studio and started our art practice in Nagarkovil. So with our friends. In 7, one of my friends he went to Delhi and worked for 6 months. I just had a trip and I visited his studio. I saw the drastic change when he changed the place. So the thought came to my mind. So I want to change the place also. So I am looking for the opportunity. So I got a fellowship in Kannuri Art Center in 2007. So I shifted there. Actually, I have applied applied for the masters in Baroda for master degree. So in 2002, I didn't get the seat. But maybe that desire that takes us to that place again. I worked with. Please come. I worked with some days there and I shifted to Baroda again. I worked almost 10 years in Baroda as a practitioner. I worked in a Finch Art Studio for some years. So when I went to the abstractions, I continued the abstractions in Baroda also. In 2007, in the mid of 8 and 9, so I need some changes in my artwork. So I started the abstract, some elements from the images, and I use the transfer images, transfer the image to the paper using the pencil. So I started some drawings. So that is gradually turned into the figurative and that compositions. These are the before that also maybe some artworks will not club because the whole journey is some gaps. If I put all the works, it will be a lot of some changes will be happening. Maybe means I selected some artworks from the years. So I started these artworks and also in 2008 I started some reading to some literatures of Karnataka books. So when I came to Bangalore and also came to from village to the city, so some contrast things I am seeing and I am experiencing. So I read one book called modern Chinese short stories. That is Chinese stories, but that is translated into Kannada by Gopal Krishna Pai. Chinese Adhunikas Chinese Sannakathalu. There is an interesting book, and I inspired by one story that is in between the life and death. There is two characters. That is means in between the two persons. One is a lady, a couple. There is no much philosophical thing, but there is a journey in between those people. That is very inspired by that one. But also impact in my works. So like that I use the same contrast things like so I place the two things in between and interact with those like so I use some scrap that is into the some models. So if the models make like you can means the model become a scrap. So the scrap become a model. You can do it using the scrap. It's like that. So I use some contrast things. So the journey is that contrast things I want to express through these images. On that time we don't have any cameras and there's no smartphones. You can take some pictures from the internet and some magazines. So we are using that one. Using that transfer technique in the artworks on rice paper. And also we convert it into the coloring also. I am very interesting to use mixed media. So I transfer the image, I use the pencil, colors, acrylic color on paper, and the paper also I am using to paste on the bigger canvases. I took some photograph in Chandriketan, that Terracotta temple, and I used that one. When we went to that one, we were standing in front of that many monuments. So those kind of images I am using. This is almost 2010 work. If you see something or some element or something, so we want to see again and again. So that content I used as a repeated images in my artworks. This is one of the work I told is the contrast things I put it together. That stupa is also the communication for in ancient times. So this is also for communications, but both are totally opposite. That is for the non-profit and this is for the profit life. So those two contrast things I put together. I titled Umbrella of the Present and the Past. This is one of my work, about 6.5 by 6.5 feet. So, something in the present situations, the beauty is also in the commodity. So I put it in I use that comes from the structure of a Bangalore and some hang, some random bags and lipstick. This also the transferred and acrylic and pasted on the rice paper pasted on the canvas. This is one of the work. I thought to interact with the audience, but I displayed in the Janki in 2014, but the crowd is huge, so it's not happened. But I didn't get a chance to display any other place. This is the table and the playing cards, but in the you may know Ganjifa cards. There's also in the time of kings using. I use this portraits on the iconic images of the iconic persons, portraits on the picture. And the idea is when the audience come, take one card. This is one, I mean 4 or 5 players, like you can take one card and put it in this one and remove one card. So why you put it in and why you remove that particular card, you have to write. This is the my idea, interaction. And the inspiration behind this work is actually the Che Guevara's portrait, everyone using on the t-shirts, caps and bag also. I saw when I traveling to the Delhi, I saw the portrait of the Che Guevara on the Hawaii chapel. So I felt like that for the business, for their profit, they use anything. So even in the play, in this game, so they use the any cards like they can keep that one and remove the other things for their profits. Like so, that is the basic idea. I came to the mind. Also, I displayed this artwork, and this is a table detail. I put aesthetic qualities drawing of Kinnada art, and on the every map or something, no, we are putting the north direction. So just for the change, I put the west direction, and also the game for the treasury. Means I put one particularly made one menu that design box and seal like that totally. This is about 5 feet by 5 feet table, and as we playing rummy is 3 packs of cards. There is a 55 to 1 like 165 cards, and also I use that. This is the symbols I printed with the rubber printing which is printing on t-shirts. No? So same material I use here. This is one of the works. One website is called IndianArtCollectors.com. So they had a show in Mumbai. It's titled the Mumbaism. So you have to work 2 artworks in the same concept. What you saw in the Mumbai, what is your experience in Mumbai? So I worked in this. This also I expressing the contrastings with the Mumbai's that speed and the even though we saw the higher rise buildings with the low slum also. And also on the time the Mumbai Indians won 2 or 3 times the IPL, and So I use some text on the work. In my place, the title is still not out. Means not the Mumbai Indians of the IPL team. When I experienced the Mumbai, so there are in every day I saw the speed and energy of the team. So still the people of the Mumbai is not out. So I want to express one of the artwork. So after that, I got I using some. I want to create some illusions through my artworks. So I with some compositions and I want to express the illusions. Create some illusions through my works. So I use some landscapes, but when we put the curtain, that will become the illusion. That will be the wall or something. When we see these ones, so that will create an illusion. This is done in one of the art camp in Mumbai. These are the smaller works I did in the 17 time. This is a diptych canvas done in one art camp in Mysore from by Lalita Kala Akademi. They given this first or something type this concept. In 18, I got a Lalita Kala Akademi graphic fellowship. At the time I started my studio, I came back to Bangalore in 2017. I started my studio in 18. So before we start the work in the Akademi studio, I started some drawings and also creating some illusions like and I am very concentrated about the compositions in different ways. And after that it came to minimalistic approach. And also indirect approach, like men at work, but there is no men, but the delegates are men or people. In that fellowship, I done almost 12 etching works, but in the period of 6 months, we can't do all the techniques and treatments. So I concentrated about the blind embos. So I worked at blind embos artworks, and also I took the other prints to use the blind embos and then other mixed media works. After that, I worked with the watercolors, acrylics and so I told the white space is bigger role. And use some intentionally use the contrast colors like the fluorescent. Sometimes I use the same element in a different context. I use the etching. There's an etching color, but the flowers are painted with paint. So the same element use it in a different context in the different painting. The small rockets become a tree. In in this but in the other one it becomes a rocket. As I come from the agriculture family, I am supposed to use my plots and field, the row foods as my elements. At the time of the lockdown, that even the market is closed, but all the crabs are clearing and field, so that came to my artworks. This is also done in the time of the lockdown. Though here the rocket came into as a rocket, and here it came into the different form. So the context changes. In this work also I use I think you saw the blind used work here. The same plate I repeated there also, but the total creation is like a tree. Here also the branches of the tree is there, but maybe not visible in the screen, I think. Even here also I use that blind tools. After sometimes it came some political influence may comes into my artworks. I don't know why it is came. So I using some chairs and mics in the artworks. Means after this lockdown, they are saying some their games in the scenarios. So maybe that will influences my artworks. Some of the artworks I used text also. Maybe this text you saw in the vehicle mirror. The object is closer and object in the mirror are closer than they appear. Means what we saw is not like what we think like. So that will some contest.
Can you explain about previous work?
This one. Yes, sir. Means the image is same, but means in the mirror, no. When we the inspiration for this artwork is the text on the mirror, they written in the vehicle or two-wheeler. The objects in the mirror are means that is just very closer than they appear. So not like the what you are thinking. That is not the real one. The real is different. So the mirror may be bent or something. So that is a different. Means what we are seeing is that's not a correct. So you can really check with the architecture what the real. So means that is a basic idea, but that can connect to the other situations and conditions, different atmosphere also. That will create different stories. The same image, the same print I used in the previous work also. here I told the print I am using in the different composition and also different context. So the same image but using in different context. That is possible in the printmaking and painting mixed media. This also inspired by, you saw the poster in some shops, they put two donkeys wearing the garland and Nannanu Nodu Yoga Vartade, like so this is the main inspiration for this one. As we saw, and the donkey is used for the hard works, so that can carry heavy things like, so that is also, but these flowers and other things also very light. Maybe that can also carry the, that will also handle the soft or fragile kind of things. Maybe that will also changes. So that saying is, look at me, and means time and the situations changes the everything. So after these are all exhibited in Chitrakala Parishath in 2022. So after that, these works I started assemblages with. I'm very curious about materials and different mediums. So I used some other paper cuttings with the laser cutting the shapes of that one. I used that one. This is the shape size of 2.5 inch depth frame. I placed those leaves and these are all collected the gramophone post covers, the older one. So I collected previously and I used in this one. The title is Onward Stories. Maybe that the tree is a banyan or some people tree leaves are falling down, but the tree will not grow bigger because of the condition. That age is in so long, but the fallen leaves will tell the stories. Is the for the symbolization, symbolic I use these older things. I told you so some political. So I use some mics and text in this different. They play in their own lives. It's visible. This also the gap between this paper and the print. There is a 1.5 inch gap. The trees are different papers, and the print one is watercolor cutout image. This is the real shadow of this one. This is a curtain that used on the cotton cloth. The thing is the pinhole camera thing, like the light passing through a hole, so the images changes. For the picture is something is behind the screen is different and on the screen is different. So that kind of ideas in between that construction thing. So on that idea I did this work. This is about 3 feet by 2.5 feet channel. These are some mixed media work. The paper boards are real ones. Pasted in the frame. I think you saw the depth. These are exhibited in the MIC Museum of Art and traveled to Bangalore last year. This is another one work. There is a gap, the same depth of the frame is there. When we construct this puzzle, that image of the painting will be deconstructed. When we deconstruction this puzzles, that will be constructed. So that is the basic idea behind this artwork. Something is construction, something is deconstructed. So like that is a basic idea. Last year I had a show called Cookbook and Recipes. This is my first artist book. Actually, I never thought I am doing the artist book. I just the cookbook. I'm thinking about the cookbook, so I did this one. The basic idea is you saw the book called Learn English or Learn Marathi in 30 days. May learn or may not. The cooking is also, the cookbook is also, recipe books also like that only. You can learn, if you are very passionate about it, definitely you will learn. It is not you can't learn. So that is the basic idea. This is a fully 16 pages book. These are the exhibition for the scale and other things. So I put this slide. These are the pages of the book. I use this emboss things and transfer images. That one is the last page actually. In Kannada, we have one proverb. It's not much difficult if you are very passionate. Otherwise, it is very difficult. That is depend upon the person who are doing the cooking or seeing the cook. The concept is like, and it is like a chemical lab. We are experimenting in the cooking also. I am also very passionate about cooking. This is the, I think you saw in the gallery, this one artist book. It's about conflict. You saw the concept note and you can see in the gallery directly. This is another one. You will see directly in the gallery. Also, I done some other books, not insert images. This is the last. It's actually in the process, but I placed that artist book. I used that cutouts as a book. If you read in the book, if you open the middle page or we are reading, so we are thinking about the next page also, and we have an idea of the past page. So the means when I saw these cutouts, so the ideas came into the picture. So using those, these are them is we can see this page and the that is a reflect. Actually, in the book that is reflect, but in the visuals it is visually. So I use the possibilities of the cutouts in the book card. Any questions you can ask? I will try to communicate.
So the embossed thing you mentioned also,
Ah.
that we have learned from Lalita Kala. So the embossed printmaking simply emboss or what, sir? It's an etching or what, sir?
Yes, it's etching, and also we can use it in. We can take it from the collage technique also. So now I have my own press in my studio. So I'm using the most probably I'm using that one in the with the collage techniques. Because etching, for the etching, no, the acid, I don't have that much of space. So I'm using that one with the collage technique. And also some laser cut, no, you can cut in the text like that. You can use that also paint. You can cutting with the MDF board or some acrylic sheets. So you can take the embossed prints. It's also possible, even though you can engrave the woodcut properly, you can take one good print, good embossed things.
For hologram, what are the materials you use?
Lot of possibilities are there. We can use even though handmade papers, thread, texture white, another is not much higher. Means you can explore. There, even though some people have placed the keys, coins, or that is actually affect the press actually. We can use some soft materials like thread or texture whites. That is no problem.
Very interesting journey. Thank you. It's a huge volume of works that you have done. Two things that have stayed with me during your presentation. One is your decision to change the city in pursuit of looking for a language, looking for visuals. Postmaster, that is something that I've definitely tried. You keep referring to books. Lastly, I read books, but also you begin and how the stories are inspired.
Yes.
To me, you appear to be a very metaphorical artist, deriving inspiration from every object, incidents that you see. I also saw that your works were devoid of any human presence as such. It was mostly as if people have either left that space or they are about to come. So my question arises that was it a kind of conscious decision for you to not use figurative as a kind of metaphor to talk about?
I don't think, but I don't know. I am showing the much characters in the objects and also in the nature and in the landscapes. That is the very inspiration. But that maybe in my degree was some portraits and so I don't the figures are something maybe I stuck with some actions or some characters. The other things will match with everything and the universally. Even though human bodies are universally, but when we put some ornaments or some cloths, that will become say one pigeon. Maybe that is not the exact pigeon, maybe. So, but the leaf is leaf all over the world. So, and also I am not very particular about this kind of leaf. Just suggestively it is a leaf. So that time I am using. Maybe that is. I use in some human works, human figures in my artwork. That's not presented here because almost I took maybe the 5 to 8% of my works here, and the other works it's there actually. For this presentation,
it adds up because it allows the viewer to interpret the work in their own way. If there is a kind of figure already mentioned, then the relationship would have been changed.
Correct.
So that is why
There are a lot of gap in the slides, but my journey, the gap is filled with the works, but I can't put all the slides here, no? So something is the thing. Miss, just an introduction, but a very good question, very good notice.
So talk about how many hours, because you have covered students, what is to be like an artist? Do you work elsewhere, like, apart from your slideshow? Because some our students are very curious to know how does an artist survive or practice? How many hours of practice do you do? Do you do extra other works, or are you doing jobs or only?
I'm not doing any jobs, but I do some commercial works, means commission works. Apart from that, I'm doing, if I've done whole day working outside, so I came to my studio at 7, I will work till 8. If I'm tired, I will work till 11. Otherwise, I will work till 2 o'clock in my studio.
Every day.
Almost every day. Otherwise, I will stay in the studio till 12 hours at least. The supporting is my spouse is also working till 11, so that is helps to me to stay in my studio. She's also working, so she has meetings, so I am also working in my studio.
It's very passionate journey.
And also, I am also taking break on Sundays. Most probably when in the morning, so many calls and other things. Almost the work is happening in the night for my practice. So I'm doing in the night.
Any questions from student side? It can be very simple question for you.
You can ask anything.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
So when you were doing your BBA, right? So what was your first choice? What did you major in? Was it because now you in all your work you're using mixed media and you're also how should I say, crossing the boundaries. You're doing printmaking, there's paint and everything. But what was your first love?
First time is in the
What was your first attraction? I mean, what was your first
in the
love and major? What did you study?
in the way of mediums.
In college.
In the college, I studied as you foundation. After that, painting on the specialization. But we have an optional subjects printmaking. First year we have a woodcut. Second year is craft. In our time I did the diploma in fine arts, not the BBA. BBA is also there, but not much. Some cities in Bangalore and Gulbarga and in the Mysore Kava, there is a BFA is there on that time. But other time all the colleges having the diploma in painting. So specialization in painting. But we have only one choice in our college, only the painting. But optional subject is printmaking is there. There is no sculpture kind of things in our college. So I choose the painting. Just the subject is graphic. In the third year it is a silk screen. Fourth year litho. The final year is etching and color. We can do apart from that also, but particularly we have to do the work. It's 100 marks syllabus. So we are doing that one also. And in college days I am not able to offer the other mixed media materials, and I don't have idea also. We have restrictions for that one. After that, I fixed for the acrylic and canvas in my masters. Then I shifted to Baroda. There also I fixed it for that one. But I am very eager to do the mixed media works. Also some sculptures. Now I am doing one. It's a sculpture with installations, 2 feet size of bullets. You saw that one? The bullet 2 feet with 110 numbers. So I want to work on it. I am doing some mixing media. And one thing is when we change the mediums, we have some challenges that will create some very interesting possibilities. For example, here we draw the board is different, we place the board is different. This is the smaller one. When we draw a figure in between this one, that will make a different perspectives, because the scales also matter. When we draw a, for example, if you assume this is the canvas, when you draw this kind of this size of a mobile phone and the figure of this much, that we feel if you draw the 4 inches, 2 inches drawing of the mobile phone also, we assume that this is the 6 inches one, or this is the Apple 16 Pro something. But when we place the original one, the scale matters. So that kind of challenges also come when we use in different mediums. So and also challenges and also possibilities also there. So we can use that possibilities and also solve the challenges. The journey will be very interesting. So that's why I am always like to change the mediums.
So is it a good thing for an artist to always keep changing the medium?
No, that is dependent upon you.
But is it like a plus point in your feedback?
It's my plus point to me.
Yeah.
Maybe that is a minus for others also. Because some artists, some people will very comfortable with one medium.
So that is also okay.
That is their perspective. This is my perspective.
When you're working in mixed media, do you decide the materials you're going to use before you start the process, or while you're working you come up with new materials?
When we can't decide, we can feel it. When you saw the bottle or something, no? So we can feel something. So we can do something with this. We can place it, no? We can add on. Sometimes already place all the things. Maybe we can remove those things also. The possibilities are there. Because we can't decide. We are working with the artwork. We can't decide, and it's not like a plan and do the work. So we can, that will be happening in the bigger scales, like sculptures, huge sculptures or something. That time we are doing some maquettes. So small maquette we will do and experimenting with that one, like key sketches, layout plans. We do and we scale it out. But that time also they can't decide. They are experimenting with things. Because that is all the artworks you have to do a unique one. There is no productions. So that's why we are working with the material.
there is no more questions, or you can continue the conversation because this is followed by gallery walkthrough.
Gallery walk.
So we'll go to the gallery walkthrough. At this onset, I really want to thank you.
Thank you for
So, regarding the break timings, now can we have a half an hour break timing for the students and gather at 6:30? Okay? So you can go for a break from 6 to 6:30 for a new foundation. You don't come back to the classroom because you have not got your books also. Because I have heard that. So tomorrow you try to, we will tell them to get the books. After the walkthrough, you can go. But 6:30, please gather, all of you, please gather at the dais or the foyer for a gallery walkthrough. Especially for the graduating students, those who will be graduating, displaying this year. There are very interesting displays and